I saw a girl in my dream. The next day, she DM'd me. I have no idea who she is. Look, I'm not the kind of guy who posts on Reddit looking for validation or spooky brownie points, but I genuinely don't know where else to tell this. Something completely fucked happened to me, and I haven't been the same since. I'm a 27-year-old dude living just outside Chicago. Freelance motion designer, homebody, introvert. Not really a woo-woo guy, not into ghost stories, tarot cards, any of that. I believe in code, caffeine, and sleep when the client approves the final version. That's it. Until last week. It started with a dream. No drugs, no alcohol, no stress, nothing weird going on, just a regular Thursday night. I remember scrolling through some Reddit threads before I passed out. I think I had some ambient, lo-fi train sounds playlist going in the background, which is ironic considering what came next. The dream was vivid, not like, wow, that was colorful vivid. I mean visceral. It started with me standing alone on a train platform that looked eerily like the old Wilson stop downtown, but darker, emptier, dead quiet. I couldn't tell the time, but it felt like that weird hour right before dawn, when everything's still. Then I saw her. She just walked up from the shadows in the far end of the platform, medium height, pale, long auburn hair, wearing this oversized dark green coat. I couldn't make out her face at first. She was backlit by one of those flickering overhead lights. But when she stepped closer, God, her eyes. They weren't human. I don't mean glowing or anything supernatural. They just looked at me like she knew me. Like she had seen my entire life play out. Not judgmental, just aware. I tried to say something, but my throat didn't work. She walked right up to me, close enough that I could see condensation on her breath, like it was freezing. She reached out and touched my hand. Her fingers were ice cold. I swear I flinged, but my body didn't move. Then she leaned in and whispered, "You weren't supposed to see me." I wanted to ask what the hell that meant, but I still couldn't talk. Then she said, "When you wake up, I'll be real. Don't be afraid. Not yet." Right then, I noticed water rising around her feet. Black, still water coming up through the cracks of the platform. By the time it reached my ankles, I jerked awake. My sheets were soaked in sweat. My heart was going nuts. I had that lingering feeling of terror you get from the bad nightmare, but this wasn't just fear. This was confusion, like I just missed something critical. I looked at the time, 3:47 a.m. I did what any sleep-deprived, mildly freaked-out guy would do. Got up, drank water, scrolled Reddit until I passed out again. The next morning is where shit gets weird. I had a few emails, a Slack ping from a client, and one DM on Instagram from someone named Lwoods91. No mutuals, no bio, just a profile pic of a blurry silhouette against a lake or something. The message? Just one sentence. "You look different in the dream." I dropped my phone. I never told anyone about that dream. Hell, it had barely been 8 hours since it happened. I checked the profile again, but it was locked. No posts, no followers, no location, just that one DM, sitting there like a landmine. I stared at it for a long time. Honestly, I thought it was some AI bot or a prank. So I replied, "What are you talking about? Do we know each other?" She was typing, and she sent, "Not yet, but I was there, David." I didn't remember giving my real name to anyone on that account. In fact, I was pretty sure my Instagram only said DK in the profile. No bio, no contact info, just that one DM sitting there like a landmine.
Nothing. For 10 minutes. Then she said, I don't have long. You weren't supposed to remember me. But something changed. I think you pulled me in. My hands started shaking.
Respond again. I locked my phone and sat in silence for a full hour, trying to remember every second of that dream, every word, every visual detail. Was this a psychotic break? Was I sleepwalking into someone else's life? Was this even real? It was Friday morning. By Saturday, things got worse. It started with a photo. At 1:11 a.m., she sent me a picture. No caption. It was the same train platform from my dream. The same angle. Same flickering light. Only this time, I wasn't alone in the photo. She was standing at the far end of the photo, looking straight at the camera. And behind her, barely visible in the darkness, was something else. Something tall. Too tall. With fingers that meant the wrong way. Almost like it was crawling along the ceiling of the station. I didn't sleep that night. Or the night after.
Quick recap for anyone just joining. A girl appeared in my dream, vivid, surreal, terrifying. I'd never seen her before. The next morning, she DM'd me on Instagram. Her profile was empty. She called me by my full name, said I pulled her in, then sent me a photo of the exact train platform from my dream, including herself in it, and something else behind her. I didn't sleep after that. Saturday morning. I stared at that photo for hours, trying to rationalize it. Maybe she was a hacker. Maybe she had access to my phone camera or some bizarre neural implant tech. I don't fucking know. The photo file had no metadata, no geolocation, no timestamp. It was like it didn't exist on my phone outside of that one chat thread. I went to check her profile again, but it was gone. Just said, user not found. I felt a weird mix of disappointment and relief. Then came the knock. 9:41 a.m., Saturday. Someone knocked on my door. Not the buzzer, not FedEx. Knock, knock, knock. Slow, deliberate. I live in a second-floor apartment, dead-end hallway. No one comes to my door unless they're supposed to be there. I look through the peephole. Nothing. Literally nothing, just empty hallway. I waited, opened the door slowly, still no one. But there was something on the floor, an envelope. No name, no address, just a black wax seal pressed with what looked like an eye. I took it inside like a dumbass. Inside was a printout of the dream photo, same one she sent me. Only this time, there was a message scribbled in the bottom margin in red ink. You crossed the edge. Stay awake. The handwriting wasn't hers. I knew that instantly. It was messy, aggressive, masculine. And I have no idea how anyone would have gotten that image. I never saved it, forwarded it, nothing. It was still locked in the DMs. Or so I thought. At that point, I was ready to call the police. But what the hell would I even report? Hi, yeah, some mystery girl I dreamed about slid into my DMs and now I'm being stalked by a photo that shouldn't exist? I tossed the envelope under the bed and left the apartment. I just needed to be anywhere else. I drove out to this diner up north, place I used to go with my ex. Figured I'd order a disgusting amount of coffee, stare at some greasy eggs, and convince myself I wasn't unraveling. I sat in a booth by the window. That's when I saw her again. She was standing across the street. Same coat, same hair, Same posture, just watching me. I blinked and she was gone. Not turned and walked away, just not there anymore. Like she never had been. When I finally got home that evening, the door to my apartment was unlocked. I stood in the hallway for a full 5 minutes before going in. Everything looked normal. Nothing missing, nothing disturbed. Except one thing. My laptop was open, and on the screen, a notepad file. Untitled.txt. Just one sentence inside. You're not supposed to be here, David. You remembered. Then came Sunday. That's when I got desperate. I posted anonymously in a couple of paranormal forums, asked if anyone had experienced something similar. Most replies were trolls or LARPers, but one guy, username BlackGlass33, replied with something that chilled me. She showed up in my dream too, 3 years ago. I didn't talk to her, but I saw her. Her eyes, they never leave you. He DM'd me privately with a phone number. I called it. He sounded like he hadn't slept in weeks. Chain smoker voice, said his name was Jonah. He told me that he saw her too, down to the same green coat, same train station, same cold hands. Only difference was, in his dream, she didn't talk. He said she looked at me. And I couldn't move. When I woke up, the lights in my house were off. Power was gone. All the clocks frozen at 3:47 a.m. I said, same as me. I woke up at 3:47. Then he said something I'll never forget. If she talked to you, if she touched you, that means you're next. I asked him what that meant. He said, I tried to pull her back too. It's like a doorway. You think you're dreaming, but it's the other side pulling you in. They let her slip through once. Now they want balance. He wouldn't explain what they meant, but right before he hung up, he told me one more thing. Don't fall asleep. Not alone. Not ever again. Monday night. I took sleeping pills anyway. I had to. I couldn't keep going like this. And I dreamed again. Same platform. This time I was standing at the far end. She was on the opposite side, but she looked different. Sickly, eyes sunken in, skin like paper. She didn't move toward me. This time, she pointed behind me. I turned. That thing was closer now. It had no face, just a long, gaping mouth that ran from ear to ear. And it was whispering something I couldn't hear, but I felt it in my bones. When I woke up, my phone was on the floor, cracked, face down. And my apartment lights were all off. Time on the microwave? 3:47. Again. Okay, so final update, unless something else happens. I haven't posted in a few days because I wasn't sure if I'd even make it to write this. Sleep isn't safe anymore, and I don't just mean for me. It started going after other people. Tuesday, I convinced my friend Connor to stay over. He was my oldest friend, ex-roommate, works in IT, pure skeptic. I hadn't told him the whole story, just that I'd been having recurring dreams and felt unsafe alone. He joked about it, of course, called it my Netflix sleep demon arc, but agreed to crash on the couch. Around 3:30 a.m., I woke up to this low hum. It wasn't coming from a device, it felt like it was inside the walls. Connor was standing in the middle of the living room, completely still, facing the front door. I called out, nothing. Walked over, shook his shoulder, still nothing. Then he whispered, almost mechanically, "She opened the wrong door." His eyes rolled back, and he collapsed. I called 911. He came to while the EMTs were checking him, confused and pale, with zero memory of what had happened. His vitals? Perfect. Before they left, one of the paramedics looked at me weird and asked, "Do you smell salt water?" There was no ocean. We're hundreds of miles from the coast. I didn't sleep Wednesday or Thursday. I started seeing reflections in windows that didn't match me. Not people, just gestures that were off. I'd lift my arm to rub my eyes and the reflection would delay or move first. The mirror in my bathroom cracked down the middle without me touching it. On Friday, the girl messaged me again, from a new account. No name, just a black profile photo. Her message was only 2 words. "It's coming." I wrote back, "What the fuck is it? Who are you? Why me?" She answered almost immediately. "Because you saw me before I was sent through. You remembered. That's not supposed to happen. Now it remembers you, too." She then sent an audio file. I listened once, haven't touched it since. It was 5 minutes of whispering, thousands of voices, layered, echoing. The only phrase I could clearly make out was, "Balance must be paid." I deleted the file, but my phone keeps playing it, randomly, even when powered off. I went back to Jonah, the guy from part 2, Black Glass 33. I drove to Indiana to meet him in person. He was living in a motel, room blackout taped, full of static monitors and soundproofing. The guy looked like hell, like he hadn't truly lived in years. He told me the full story. They're not demons, they're not ghosts. They're memory. Dreams are intersections, where what was, what is, and what should never be overlap. Most people forget when they wake up. You didn't. That girl, she wasn't trying to reach you. She was trying to escape them. You just looked too closely. He said she was part of something called a drift echo, a person caught between layers of reality. Never alive in this one, but remembered so strongly somewhere else that she left an imprint. He said I anchored her, made her solid, real. But that balance goes both ways, he said. If something crosses in, something has to be taken back. I asked him what that meant for me. He just looked at me, that serious, and said, "It means you've got 2 choices. Let them take you, or send her back." That night, I dreamed one last time. It wasn't the train platform. It was my childhood bedroom, except wrong. Everything was just a little off. The colors were inverted, my posters were reversed, the window showed nothing outside, just black. She was sitting on the floor. Same coat, same hollow face, and tears. Real ones. She said, "I didn't want this. I didn't mean to stay." I asked her why me, why she chose me. She looked up, eyes glassy, and said, "I didn't choose. You remembered. You're the one who made me real." Then she held out her hand. I hesitated. I thought maybe if I helped her, if I let her go back, this would all stop. So I took her hand. I woke up choking. Literally. My hands were around my own throat. I was clawing at myself. My body wasn't mine for a moment, like I had been possessed by whatever the hell she brought with her. I blacked out. When I came to, it was 3:47 a.m. After that, the dream stopped. She's gone. The Instagram DM's gone, her account, both of them deleted. Even the audio file vanished. My cracked mirror, suddenly whole again, like it never happened. Connor doesn't remember anything from that night. But sometimes, when I pass windows at night, I still see her. Not moving, just watching. So, what was it? Was she a ghost? A fragment from another world? Or just a dream that became too real? I don't know. I've given up trying to explain it. But if you ever see someone in your dream who looks too real, someone who feels like they know you, don't remember them. Whatever you do, don't remember them. Because if you do,
They might remember you back.